Willkommen zurück bei Lamplight City. Ja, es ist für mich schon ein paar Tage her, dass wir das letzte Mal gespielt haben, beziehungsweise dass ich das letzte Mal aufgenommen habe. Ja, deswegen müssen wir mal ganz kurz schauen. Okay, wir sollen mit Ned Bunkeridge reden. Wir waren ja letztes Mal in der Kirche, ne? Hier bei dem bei dem Herrn, der aussieht wie ein Budel. Genau, was haben wir hier? Neds Wohnung. Okay, das wird dann die Wohnung sein von dem Ned Bunkeridge. Das heißt, wir gehen einfach mal da rein und gucken mal, dass wir von da aus dann uns einfach weiterhangeln.
Right this way, sir. Mr. Bunkeridge is in his gymnasium.
Thank you, my good man.
Was ist das denn für einer?
Well, you take a look at this place, and take a look at him. Maybe you should consider doing some training yourself, Miles. You aren't getting any younger after all.
Boxroboter.
Just when I thought I'd seen it all. What will they think of next?
Wie geil ist das denn?
Oh, look, maybe you can slip these on and go a couple of rounds with Ned. If that's his best right hook, he'll be a pushover. And after that expert knockout you delivered Officer Grant, he won't stand a chance. They don't look that heavy to me. This seems to be where Ned keeps his extra equipment and assorted other garbage.
Okay, hier ist noch ein
What
Trainingsgerät.
in the ether is that supposed to be? Looks like some kind of medieval torture device. Then again, so does most of this newfangled exercise equipment.
Hier hat er noch ein Seil, um da
Makes you wonder
hochzuklettern.
if old Netty Boy is at the end of his rope, too.
Okay, ja gut, wir quatschen mal mit ihm.
Excuse me, Mr. Bunkeridge.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
I'm Miles Fordham, a private investigator. Your valet let me in.
Right, of course. What can I do for you?
I have a few questions for you, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, all right. I could use a bit of a rest anyway.
Alles klar. So, wir... Oh, die Wahl brauchen wir nicht anzusprechen, also weil... Ich meine, warum sollten wir das tun? Wir fangen einfach mal oben an.
Are you familiar with a man named Ronan Lespay?
Never heard of him.
I have his portrait. Maybe you recognize him?
No, I've never seen this man before, but... Huh, how about that?
How about what?
The detail in this ferrotype is a bit fuzzy, but his facial features and hair, they vaguely resemble mine.
You know, now that he mentions it,
Ah.
it's true. Lespay does bear a passing resemblance to this fellow. Not quite as handsome, though.
Okay. Vielleicht wurde er verwechselt.
So, you know nothing about the murder outside the Silent Raven 4 nights ago?
That's right. I don't even know what the Silent Raven is.
It's a bar in the Chum.
Well, that explains it. For one thing, I don't go to that part of town. A man like me sets foot in that den of ruffians, and I'll have every Tom, Dick, and Harry challenging me to a fight. Not that I couldn't take them, but I have better ways to train my body than beating thugs. Anyway, I don't drink. Dulls the mind and softens the body.
I see. Well, just thought I'd ask.
I'm sorry I can't help you, Mr. Fordham, but I hope you solve whatever it is you're investigating. You seem like a nice enough sort.
Nicht, dass der... Aber wir hatten mal... Das müssen wir gleich nochmal gucken. Ich glaube, durch dieses... Hier durch dieses Opium oder so sieht man eh verschwommen. Nicht, dass er eigentlich getötet werden sollte. Bleiben wir mal dran. Bleiben wir mal dran.
Tell me about your uncle.
You know Tom?
I've met him, yes. He's the one who told me where you lived.
Oh, right. Well, my uncle is, an interesting man.
Is that an interesting of the good or bad variety?
I really wish he would take better care of himself is all. I have the feeling that he's on some sort of drug, although he always denies it.
What gives you that impression?
Well, most of the time he acts completely normal. He goes to work, visits with me. Sometimes we go out together to the theater or a gallery. But some days his mood changes. He goes very solitary, won't leave his house, gets short with me. One time I went to visit him, I heard him yelling along with what sounded like furniture being knocked about. It only happened once, but it worried me. I hope Tom isn't in any sort of trouble.
Opium is one hell of a drug. It's a good thing you never got to that point with the soporific, or Adelaide would have thrown you out much sooner.
Are you all right, Mr. Fordham?
Yes, I'm fine.
What? Too soon?
Okay. Dann wollen wir gerne mal die Adresse haben von Tom.
Could you give me Tom's address?
You don't have it? I thought you said you'd spoken with him.
I visited him at the cathedral.
But if he's there, why do you want his address?
Ich wollte mir nur mal seine Sachen ansehen.
I have reason to believe he may be somehow involved in a murder.
That's a serious accusation, Mr. Fordham. What proof do you have?
Nothing concrete just yet, which is why I'd like to investigate his home.
Well, you're not the police, so I'm not obligated to tell you. I'm sorry, but you'll need more than just a suspicion to convince me.
Ja, ich wollte mir einfach mal seine Sachen ansehen vielleicht.
He interests me. I'd like to look at his things.
He interests you.
Yes, choir master, musician. He seems a very intriguing fellow. You said so yourself.
And how will going to his apartment and looking at his things help you?
I'll get to know him better?
You're an odd man, Mr. Fordham. I don't think I'll be giving you that address. In fact, maybe you should just stay away from my uncle. And me as well, for that matter.
Ah, wonderful. Making friends everywhere you go, as usual.
Scheiße, ey. Okay.
Mr. Bunkridge.
Will er nochmal mit uns reden vielleicht?
Get out of here before I call the police, creep.
Scheiße. Na gut. Können wir das vielleicht über das Polizeirevier erfahren?
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Warum verkacken wir
Certainly.
eigentlich jedes
What's on your
Gespräch?
mind?
Selbst seltsamer Mann.
Upton, I need you to put out a bulletin. There's someone I need found.
Oh, who's that?
I don't know his name. I only have a description.
All right, I'll need to ask you a few questions. Could you describe the man's height and build?
Scheiße. Groß und breit.
He's tall, with a large build.
All right. What color is his hair?
Oh, scheiße, das geht eh in die Hose.
I believe it's black.
All right. Do you know of any unique details that might make him easier to identify?
Bart oder Koteletten? Ne, weiß ich nicht.
I'm not really sure, actually.
Then maybe you should see if you can ask
Yeah.
around to get a more detailed description.
Ja.
This really isn't much to go on, I'm afraid. But I'll try anyway.
Ja, lass mich erstmal.
All right. The bulletin is out. I'll let you...
Thanks, Upton.
Okay. So, wir gucken jetzt mal. Beschreibung des seltsamen Mannes. Großer, breitschultiger Mann, gebaut wie ein Boxer, hatte einen Bart oder Koteletten und war ganz in schwarz gekleidet. Trug eine Mütze. Okay, dann versuchen wir das noch mal.
Can I try?
Sure. Could you...
Also, groß und
He's tall,
breit.
with a large build.
All right. What color is his hair?
Schwarz war das,
I
glaube
believe
ich,
it's
ne?
black.
Bart oder Koteletten.
He has a beard, or mutton chops.
I see. Well, I'll put out the bulletin, but that's a bit of a generic description. All right. The bulletin is out. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Thanks, Upton.
Okay, so, gibt es eine Obduktion, Pistole, Initialen JB. Hier Wirkung vom Opium. Ne, hier Dr. Edwards, Schweißausbrüche, Übelkeit, Gedächtnisverlust oder verschwommene Wahrnehmung. Ne, das könnte vielleicht passen, ne, dass er, weil der eine Typ ähnlich aussieht wie der Ronan, dass, ja, vielleicht könnte das ja dann passen. So, jetzt müssen wir nochmal gucken, ob wir noch irgendwo hier weitermachen können.
To think, in an instant, a man's life can be reduced to some scribbles on the filthy pavement.
Now's not the time to get poetic, Bill.
Eine Flasche, Abfluss, da ist glaube ich auch nichts mehr drin, ne?
Nothing else down there but dirty water.
Okay. Gut. Ah, nicht, dass wir es wieder verkackt haben, weil ich da so komische Fragen gestellt habe. Das ist natürlich richtig doof.
Moment of your time, if I may.
Right, but make it quick.
Na klar. Seltsamer Mann.
I wonder if you could tell me if you saw a man of this description at the Silent Raven on election night. He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Oh, hi.
Cormac remembers seeing a fella like that.
What was he doing?
Kept going in and out of the bar. When he was inside, he stood near the voting booths, hardly moving a muscle.
And when he was outside?
That, Cormac couldn't say.
Did you notice anything else about him?
Yes, Cormac noticed him come in and speak with Nicole, the barmaid, after the commotion outside.
Is that right? That's very interesting.
Okay.
Do you know anyone named Priscilla?
Nah, that's not a name Cormac knows.
Frankly, I'm surprised it's not the name of one of his tools.
Thanks for your...
Okay, dann sprechen wir mal mit
Miles,
ihr.
have you ever noticed that this Jimbo fellow fits the description of the man loitering outside the taxidermy shop? The barmaid told us she saw someone matching that description at the Raven on election night. Not only that, Priscilla just so happens to be the name of the ship Jimbo works on. And the pistol used to murder Ronan has the initials JB etched on it. Could be a coincidence, but I think it's quite reasonable to consider him as a suspect.
Okay. Könnte natürlich sein.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Was willst du? Seltsamer Mann.
I was given the physical description of a man. I was wondering if you might recognize him if I told you.
Perhaps. Go on then.
He's tall, strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Bit vague, wouldn't you say? That covers about half our clientele.
I was afraid that might be the case. Did you notice anyone of that description here on election night?
No. Can't say I did, sorry.
Is that right? Because Cormac told me he saw you speaking with someone of that description shortly after the murder occurred.
And you believed him? Cormac's a good sort, but he's not exactly reliable.
I'd say he's twice as reliable as you are. Now tell me the truth, or I'll have you in as an accomplice to murder.
All right, relax.
Kann er doch gar
I don't
nicht.
know the man by name, but he came to me after the commotion outside and paid me a few crowns to keep my mouth shut about it. I didn't ask any more questions, and I wasn't about to refuse some extra cash. That was that, I swear.
That's not good enough. I need some way to find this man. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Well, I did notice he had a scar on his left cheek. Kind of looked like a shepherd's crook. But that's all, really.
I suppose that'll have to do.
Okay. Na gut. Priscilla?
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Nope.
Okay. Na gut.
Yeah.
Dann würde ich mal sagen, gehen wir mal nochmal wieder zur Polizei. Und aktualisieren den Fahndungsaufruf.
Can I try giving
Sure. Could.
Also
He's
groß und
tall,
breit.
with a large build.
All right. What?
Wahrscheinlich
Believe it.
schwarz. Bart oder Koteletten.
He has a beard, or mutton chops.
I see. Well, I'll put out the bulletin, but that's a bit of a generic.
Ey,
All right.
Thanks, Up.
hätte ihr doch sagen können, dass der so eine Narbe hat im Gesicht. Oh, wir gehen nochmal zu dem hier. Fragen den vielleicht nochmal, vielleicht hat der noch was gesehen.
I was wondering if you might...
Of course.
Nee.
So how did you get this job?
Oh, it isn't a terribly exciting story, I'm afraid. I just saw an ad in the Gazette for a clerk position. I never expected to learn so much about taxidermy.
I'm sure he's amazing conversation at parties.
Thank you.
Okay. Da dann eher nicht. Vielleicht hier bei der Crimson. Weil er ist ja, hat er auch.
He won't have anything relevant to tell.
Na gut. Er hat nichts mehr zu sagen. Ich könnte den jetzt natürlich... Ja, ne, Ex-Partner, Seemann, der auf der SS Priscilla Dienst. Ja, ich weiß nicht. Ich glaube, wir haben es schon wieder, oder... Also wir, ne, nicht ich alleine.
Could I have another moment?
Ich glaube, wir haben da...
Yeah.
Weil er schon wieder so vorschnell war. Bei dem Neffen von ihm.
So, what do you think of the election results?
All right, the
Leroy. He beat Atwood by a significant...
Oh, I suppose.
I'll let you resume your practicing.
Thank you.
Das war nett. Tja. Ja gut, ist die Frage, was können wir noch machen? Können wir überhaupt noch irgendwas machen?
You got time for a few more questions, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, of course.
Fall abschließen? Nee, das will ich ja
All
nicht.
right.
Also, ich glaube ja fast... Also das wäre irgendwie zu vorschnell, meines Erachtens nach. Kann ich noch mit ihr das nochmal durchgehen?
Can we talk?
Certainly.
I'm guessing you can't go over this case.
I have to distance myself completely. So when you figure it out, you'll need. I can still try and help you if there's.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about Ronan Lespay, would you?
Probably nothing more than you already know. His body is in the mortuary. I suggest you speak with Dr.
Okay.
Can I try?
Sure. Could you?
Ja, groß und breit.
All right.
I believe it.
Schwarz. Komplett
I was
schwarz.
told he was dressed.
I see. Well, I'll put up.
Ja,
Alright.
ist
Thanks, Upton.
Ja, das ist natürlich eine ziemlich allgemeine Beschreibung da, ne?
Pardon me.
Yes?
I'll be.
Take care.
Das bringt uns ja auch nicht wirklich weiter. Es bringt uns alles hier nichts weiter. In ihrem Apartment da kriegen wir auch keine Hinweise. Eine Zeitung können wir hier, ein Klavier, Tür. Das hilft ja alles nix. Wie in seiner Wohnung nochmal, aber da haben wir ja auch schon
Ronan wasn't too concerned.
mal alles hier durchsucht.
A model of the SS Joondalup. Looks like a empty safe. It's empty. Ooh, this teacup could use a washing. I'd be surprised if...
Zuklappen. Ja gut, das hatten wir auch schon gelesen. Das hatten wir auch schon uns hier angeschaut. Geheime Gebräuche, exotische Fauna.
No title, and it appears to be blank. I wonder if Ronan... It's in another...
Opium, genau, das war das hier mit dem Opiumgebrauch. Koala und Kängurus. Bringt das auch nicht wirklich weiter. Elefant und Rhinoceros. Aber warum... Der Begifte kann uns wahrscheinlich auch nicht wirklich weiterhelfen.
I have a few more questions for you.
I'm listening.
So did you manage to get...
Please don't. Why should I?
Is this guy ignorant or just apathetic?
Ich will mit ihm darüber
I
reden.
was wondering if you could tell me whether you saw a certain man at the Raven on election night. He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Lots of people like that go to the Raven. I see loads of them every night. But now that you mention it, I do remember someone like that. He was a strange one.
How so?
I remember one of the times he came in, he was adjusting his hat. I could have sworn when he took it off for just a moment, his hair was bright red.
How is that strange, exactly?
Because his beard was jet black. It was the oddest thing I'd seen. Well, it was the oddest thing I'd seen. Until his beard slid halfway down his face.
I see. Well, thank you for the information.
Wonderful. This testimony is about as useful as a hole in the head. Then again, there might be something to it.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Good.
Dann würde ich sagen, geben wir die Information doch nochmal an An die Polizei, also an die Frau Upton.
Can we talk?
Certainly.
Vielleicht hilft das
Can I
ja.
try giving you that?
Sure. More could you?
Also groß und
He's
breit.
tall.
All right.
Rot.
I'm certain it's red.
All right. Do you know of any?
Eine auffällige Narbe.
Yes, he has a scar on his left cheek in the shape of a shepherd's crook.
Good. That will be helpful. All right, I'll put out the bulletin. Give me a moment.
Okay.
All right, the bulletin is out. I'll let you know if.
Oh, das ging.
Just got your bulletin.
Hello, Giles. Have you got something for me?
As a matter of fact, I've got someone in the jail fitting your description perfectly.
You don't say.
Aha.
Name's Harvey Presser. Got picked up a couple of days ago.
Thank you, Giles. You heard the man, Fordham. You've got yourself someone to interrogate over at Bow Street.
Alles klar. Das klingt ja nach einem Plan. Dann gehen wir nächstes Mal in ins Gefängnis, um uns mal mit dem zu unterhalten. Ja, wir schauen dann mal an der Stelle dann weiter. Ich bedanke mich recht herzlich fürs Zuschauen. Wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge von Lamplight City wieder. Bis dahin, auf Wiedersehen.